Welcome to Turn Right Machine Works. My name is Keith. Yeah, the Christmas tree is in the shop, okay? Now, a machinist tree. We've had, actually, you know, in the past years and being in a lot of shops, we actually had Christmas tree and we would put it, and it's really, it is a fun thing to do with the guys. If you have a big group of guys in your shop, get a real tree and take one of your steel tables and get it set up. And the guys would decorate the tree with curlicues and chips created by drilling and milling and turning in a lathe, and it really does become a beautiful tree. And kind of fun to play with, and a little competition on making the chips. But this tree is actually in here because I'm a little anal about Christmas balls hanging, okay? I don't like ball leaning on the tree, okay? It should be hanging straight. Plus, the wife's got some beautiful spinny ornaments, and we need room for those to act and spin without having any interference and stuff. So this is a little glimpse of how I prune up a tree. And this is a machinist trait here. Let's just say this is an anal me. When I was growing up, my parents used to have noble fir trees, and I probably get this anal tendency from my dad because the tree used to be a noble fir, and used to send it out and have it flocked. And so this is a tree that you really couldn't touch. At least, you know, I don't care if even the animals play in the tree. But I do have the sense that the bulb should hang straight. So I kind of simulate a tree like this, and I do have to have one that doesn't prick and poke me because I tend to be allergic to certain saps or something. I get a real bad breakout. But regardless to that effect, so I create somewhat of a layering effect in the tree. And it sometimes does look like a Charlie Brown tree for a little while, but actually when you get it in the house and you get the ornaments hanging on it, it is pretty filling. I mean, there's a lot of ornaments that we have. In fact, actually we have abundance of ornaments now, and you know, as the kids grow up through the years, you get different, you know, you got a ball for every year. So I mean, you know, if your kids are already over 18 years old or so, you know, there's 2 times 8, there's 36 balls. Well, you know how it goes. And now I'll work on it a little bit, and then I'll rotate the tree around. And sometimes taking a pretty good chunk out time to time, it looks like, but in all reality, you start filling up these areas right here with ornaments, and you go, no, leave that one, leave that one. This is how you machine a tree. Okay, we're going to rotate this. Actually, I'm going to grab my gloves. I don't like sap on my hands here. Not 100% tight in the stand yet because I don't want to spill water and stuff yet. Alright. Alright, that's a good rough start. And what I usually like to do is bring it into the house, and we'll get it set level, and we'll trim the top to suit the angel that she has for that. And we're gonna let her have the weight going on it. I put a set of lights on it, and I weave the lights in and out, so there's a little bit of weight. And then those will start holding this down a little bit, and then basically you'll have levels like that, and then you have room in here for your ornaments to hang. And that's the whole purpose of creating this, is just so that Christmas balls can hang straight. I don't care order or fashion, but as long as they're hanging freely, the spinnies are able to spin. And also too, when you have a lot of precious bulbs and stuff like that, you don't have to walk around the tree. You'll be able to look through and see the ball hanging on the other side of the tree. All right. All right. Beautiful tree of hats. I thought it'd be appropriate to go ahead and present the ball caps in this fashion. I'm not going to make a race to actually get these out for Christmas. There was one hat that I got out from Christmas for a very special person, and that was for the female, and it wasn't my gal, but it was definitely one of your gals. Got the pry bar underneath my butt and pried it off with an email letter asking for something to give to her husband for Christmas. And I got up and got her done. Of course, I'll have t-shirts, sweatshirts, and who knows what else. The one thing, if I'm going to use the garment, I'll have that garment. I chose hats over everything else because the ball cap is a very important tool to a machinist. It does block out the glare from lighting on your safety glasses or your regular glasses. Also too, falling debris just so that it doesn't ricochet and get down into your eyes and stuff like that. So I consider a ball cap a tool. And there's also, I mean, everybody likes t-shirts and stuff like that. Also too, won't ever have anything that is any less than the quality that I would expect to pick out myself. They're not the cheapest ones, and they're not the top of the line. They are a nice ball cap. They are lined. It's a cool lining. They do float in the water if you drop them in the water, or at least that's what I've been told. Okay, I actually haven't thrown one in the water yet. I'm not going to race to get these actually ready for Christmas deliveries, but I do want to let certain people know that there is one in the mail for them. This hats and the money to get this going was generated by contributions through my blog site there, and I have a list of names here. This may not be the entire list because I copied this off a week ago or so, and I think I pretty well grabbed everybody that was in there on my PayPal list. And also too, you got till this next week, and then I'm going to go ahead and probably by next Friday, I'm going to have a hat in the mail as a gift return to you. No charge. Don't worry about there's no billing or anything else. These are hats going to be sent back to the people for thank yous for the contributions and actually making this roll. That's what it's all about. All right, and no specific order here, but we got Carl Kunkel, and excuse my pronunciation if I get it wrong. Scott Glover, Paul Forgry, Keith Ward, Greg Nelson, Jonathan Gray, Richard Nixon, Bill Blackburn, Jarrett Hall, Erlen Norden, Timothy Goodboy, Daniel Croc. I'm not the greatest speller or the reader, as it going. Marvin Blair, Damien Brantley. Those are the name. Also, if I didn't read out your name and you know that you sent me a PayPal, please send me an email. I have, and also too, if you do this in the next day or so, get back to me with a color preference. That's what I'll give you. And also too, if you want to make sure that I have your current email address, or your mailing address, excuse me, you know, get that. Some of you I know are in Canada, and you know, it doesn't really matter where you're at. I'm gonna get one in the mail to you. All right. But I have royal blue, navy blue, black, or charcoal. They both look the same. And I have a light, I think a light green and a dark green. And I also have a burgundy and black. And so I ordered up a pretty good assortment. For everybody else, as soon as we get past the holidays here, and I get I get in line and I get somebody to set up a system on the computer to actually control the in and out flow of my marketing items. Just be patient with me, please. I have a lot of locals and things like that I have to pay back. That, you know, over the years they've given me some freebies, and it's kind of, actually, it's a really good feeling to be on the giving end. I've been on the receiving end for a long time on gratuities and things like that. And basically, at the order and I'm not afraid to, you know, talk about what it actually cost me. As long as I got a quantity or whatever, it's I think I got them somewhere just under $8 a piece. All right. Well, I figure they're a $15 hat. That just kind of covers any of the handling and transport and all that, and you know, any shuffling around that probably Vanessa's going to be taking on the responsibilities. We'll see how that goes. I'm pretty busy here in the shop, and I don't want to take up that there. And really, whatever it takes to get it to you. So anyhow, happy holiday. Actually, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. I get so tired of somebody telling you what to say or what not to say. Say what's in your heart there. And I have to say Merry Christmas this year. Alright, time to move the tree into the house, and so we get 2 uses out of it this year, I guess. And when I go in and put together the video, I probably this won't be decorated for a couple, 3 days. I get electric or lights on it, let it sag, things like that. But I need to get it inside, get it leveled, get some water in it, and get used to it being in the house, for one. Get it out of the shop for Monday morning to start. I'll go ahead and I'll include a couple pictures from years past, because I do my tree, you know, I'm serious about doing a tree this way, and I do it every year. I do have to show you this. I got this at a yard sale, and this is actually a real nice project that actually somebody can make themselves, and that is an actual Schedule 40 piece of pipe. I don't know, it's like 7" or so. That's just 1/2" all thread, and then somebody cut out some flats there, and then they just welded some braces here, and those are just washers out on the end. I mean, you know, that thing is, it's pretty simple, but I have never had one that beefy before, and it holds a lot of water. There's a 1/4 inch shank sticking up from the bottom of that. You can, hopefully you can see that. So I'm gonna go and get the tree in the house, get her done.